Okay, it's on. Hi, everybody. Thank you all for coming this evening. My name is Kayla Richards, and I am a recent McAllister graduate. Yay. It's over. I left McAllister with a degree in psychology and sociology, and I am now getting ready to take a trip slash journey down to South America to be in Via for the better half of a year. Again, thank you all for coming tonight. I really wanted to be there. However, because I'm going to be gone for so long, my father insisted that I come home for longer than originally planned, which I can't really blame him. But I just sort of wanted to introduce myself and talk a little bit about what it is that I'm excited about in VIA. And again, thank you all for coming. So I met Paul Dosh a couple of years ago, just sort of in passing, through my interactions in the political science department. I didn't spend a ton of time there, but I participated in a fellowship called the Chuck Green Civic Engagement Fellowship. That's a mouthful. And I spent my summer during the fellowship working for Common Bond Communities, and I spent my time sort of taking an English circle and transitioning that into an actual English classroom full of resources and volunteers and a curriculum that I wrote myself. It was a lot of hard work, but I really, really, really loved it. And prior to that fellowship, I had spent my time at McAllister outside of homework and things like that, teaching English to mostly South American and Central American immigrants. And it was sort of through these conversations and these stories that I just fell in love with South America, um, and the people from there. And so that's sort of where I was also first introduced to human rights training and started attending small rallies and stuff in the Twin Cities with some of my students. And I loved it. They were just so welcoming and had these really fascinating stories, and I knew that I wanted to get involved more. So this is sort of where Paul and Emily come into play. It was last school year, and I walked into Paul's office and said, I this is what I really want to do. This is what I feel like I need to do. Do you have any ideas? And after learning about building dignity in VIA, I knew that I had to go. So that being said, I'm anxious, but really excited about going to VIA and working there. Um, I've talked to Jesus a few times, and it sounds like they're also excited for me to get there. I'm leaving at the end of the month, and so it's getting closer. Some of the things that I'm interested in doing while I'm there is, first of all, just sort of working on the actual infrastructure of the community center, installing internet and getting the water systems up and running, as well as furnishing the community center and filling up the library and getting some more resources for the English classrooms and things of that nature. Um, I'm also really excited to help Jesus with his communications workshops. It appears to me that he is really into social media and networking and how we can use those tools to our advantage. So that's exciting. Um, I'm most excited about teaching English and working with some of the female youth in VIA and doing some youth empowerment trainings. And I've learned about those through a lot of McAllister's partnerships within the Twin Cities that I've worked with. So I've been trying to make contacts in the Twin Cities with the U, other groups like Amicus, who do a lot of juvenile workshops, particularly with females, and then some English schools as well, just so that we don't have to reinvent the wheel and we can sort of find out what works for other organizations. So that's really exciting. Um, Again, I think that this organization is doing wonderful, wonderful things, and we're small, and we're sort of still running around on the ground, but I feel like in a couple of years, this could be something really, really, really big. And for the people of VIA, you can already tell that it's really meaningful. And so I can't really think of a worthier cause. So, again, I am Kayla Richards. I'm really excited about going. If you have any questions or want to get in touch with me, which I would love to hear from any of you, you can get my contact information from Paul. Um, I am still sort of working out the details to what my time in VIA will look like specifically, but I have some ideas for the workshops that I'm going to run, and we'll hopefully get those started the second week of October or so. Volunteer recruitment is also going to be a first on my list so that the programming can be sustainable whether I'm at the center or not. Um, and I think that's all I wanted to say. This is a little rambly. But again, I wish I could be there tonight. Please enjoy your evening. I've heard there's going to be music and food. I'm excited. Wish I could be there. Joe Christensen is one of my personal favorites. So again, if you have any questions, please let Paul know. Thank you all for coming. And again, without people like you, projects like Building Dignity wouldn't be able to sustain themselves. And I think it's really, really important work. So thank you all for coming. Have a good night.